Again, please silence your cell phones. If you have any questions, use the mic and identify yourselves and your organization. We have Oral Roberts and head coach Misty Cusson, Sarah Shelton, and Christian Key. And we'll start off with an opening statement from Coach Cusson.
Great. Congratulations to Nicholls. But they just finished well today, and that was really our Achilles heel. It's kind of been our Achilles heel this year, and we were even talking about it here after this last game in the locker room, is that we haven't finished not only possessions, but we haven't finished out games the way it's necessary in order to be as successful as we wanted to be this year. I've got girls that play hard, and I've got girls that come to practice and work hard every day, even with the record, the way it looks on paper this year for us, but we just haven't finished. And that was really the story today. I thought down the stretch we just couldn't pull a defensive rebound. We'd have 5 or 6 of our own hands on it, and not pull it. And they did a great job of kind of keeping possession of the ball down the stretch. KK and Amani do a great job of running that team, and they shot great from the field today. And just congratulations to them. And they were the better team on the floor today. I felt like our first half turnovers put us in a position. I was glad to only be down by 3 going in at halftime, just because of our first half turnovers. Just felt like we didn't take care of the ball. But then I think down the stretch, really just it was the offensive rebounds that we gave up that hurt our chance to fight through it and try to seal this one today. But
I'll open it up for questions.
Brandon Williams, Southland.org. Coach, talk about the resilience of your team. You're down early, but you also found the ability to come back twice from a double-digit deficit to make it a ball game into the closing minutes.
Good, thanks, Brandon. That's this group also. We've been able to They don't hit the panic button when they get behind, but then we'll kind of get to the point that we'll either make it a one-possession game or even tie it up or take a lead, and then we'll just have a brain spasm for a second. There'll either be an unlikely turnover that shouldn't happen or a quick shot or something that just catches me as a coach by surprise from time to time. And so there's a big difference in the line between quitting and not finishing. And I don't have a group that ever quits. I just have a group that doesn't finish, is the best way that I can say it. And but I think that's a credit to Christian and Sarah and the leadership they provided for us this year as seniors. I think that's a credit to how much the rest of our team loves these 2 women and want to continue to play with them. And so it's probably one of the best chemistry groups we've ever had at ORU. I mean, they're extremely tight off the floor, and they get along really well together, and they really support each other. We just, as a ball team on the floor, that last little 5% that's necessary. And we'll, again, I'm proud of them, and I always expect them to, because they've shown they can do it, kind of stay in it and come back from deficits and stuff, but it's just that last little getting over the top of the mountain that we haven't had this season.
Sarah, Christian, talk about what you want to leave for the players that will be back going into next season and beyond.
I think we just wanted to leave kind of a toughness factor, like knowing we could be in it at the end of the game, even if we're down a little bit.
I think also going off what Coach is talking about, coming in and no matter what place we're in, coming in and playing hard and not giving up.
Coach, did you feel the fact that maybe you guys were stressed over the fact that they just kept constantly hitting threes, and while you guys were hitting threes, it just seemed that at the least opportune time for you guys that they would end up hitting yet another 3?
Well, I think that had a little bit to do with the combinations that we needed to play today. Our team makeup this year, our best defenders aren't our best offensive players and vice versa. And so there's times that when we're playing from behind, we don't have the luxury of necessarily playing our best defensive lineup. And even at the end, I was trying to do a little bit of back and forth offensive and defensive switching. And at least 2 of the threes that they hit today, they were after an offensive rebound, and so it was a prolonged possession. And so when we were trying to get up and pressure, now you go from playing 25, 26 seconds of defense to 56, 58 seconds of defense, and we just weren't. There were just a couple that either Jenny or Amani or somebody that just had a wide open look with nobody even running at them. So down the stretch, it tilted, and then once it tilts that way, everything starts to slide off the table a little bit. So that's just I was what we did do today with our pressure zones, it either resulted in a turnover. It's high risk, high reward. You know, you either get the turnover and you get to push it in transition, or you give up the three. And I think Nicholls, and they showed this at their place too this year, they play really well from out in front. And so once they kind of got a little bit of breathing room, 5 or 6 points, I think you can kind of see they've got 3 very experienced guards in Nash and White and Babin, and those girls just kind of relax, you know, and the ball stays in their hands for the rest of the possession. And I just think that's just a strength of theirs, you know. So they do a great job finishing, you know. So it's a tale of two teams, I think, those last few minutes.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Just say on behalf of our program, just thank you to the Southland Conference, and you know, we just have really enjoyed our time. I will certainly miss the camaraderie of the coaches. I'm excited for Doobie. You know, when I play against Brooks and Doobie and some of these great ladies here in this conference, and guys too, not to leave anybody out, but you know, sometimes it's hard because it's you don't feel like you can win, you know, because somebody's got to go home with or without the win. But I've just been extremely impressed with my peers in this conference, and we've really appreciated our time. So thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.